I got this great question today. How come I can't lose weight on my lower body while fasting? So let's dive into the science of why you can't spot reduce. Thinking that you can lose fat or body weight in one specific area on your body is often called spot reduction or spot training, and it doesn't actually work. And that's because our bodies utilize fat, and that's because the way our body utilizes fat is different from person to person. Our physiological makeup, meaning the way our body functions, stores, and uses energy, varies greatly from person to person. There seems to be this pervasive myth out there that you can spot reduce. So for example, if you do 100 crunches a day, you'll be able to get a six-pack and lose fat in that specific area only. But that's not the case at all. Just because you're using your muscles in one certain area, such as your abs or your arms, doesn't mean that that's where the energy or the fat is taken from to be burned. So for example, if you do 100 crunches, you need to use energy for those 100 crunches. And let's just assume that all that energy is taken from body fat, such as when you are on an extended fast. You don't have any food in your system, your body is forced to use the stored body fat. So in this example, we're talking about spot reduction through fasting. But just using the analogy of spot reduction through crunches, right? So you do 100 crunches, your body needs to use energy to supply the muscles for doing those 100 crunches. The trick is that the energy needed to do those 100 crunches doesn't actually come from the abdomen alone. In order to supply your abdominal muscles with the energy needed to produce the crunches, it will take body fat from all over your body, not just from the abdomen. This is also why it's not possible to spot reduce through fasting. You might find that you lose all your weight in your face first, or that your abdominal fat takes the longest to lose. Or like in this case, that the person doesn't feel like they lose any fat on their lower body when fasting, and they're asking why is that? Well, the same principle applies. When you're fasting, your body will take body fat from all over your body in order to supply you with energy. Now, you can't decide where that body fat is taken from or which area it's taken from first or last. This is because your body has its own way, its own system of storing and using body fat. It will store body fat somewhere, someplace first, and then somewhere else. And then when you're losing the fat, when you're using all that stored body fat, it will take stores from some places first and other places second and other places last. So in this case, for this person, maybe their body used their body fat stored on the upper part of their body first, and for some reason their physiology, their bodily makeup is such that their body uses or utilizes the body fat in their lower half of the body last. So the way to produce a long-lasting fat loss is to keep fasting. The only way to reduce body fat all over, or in this case on your lower body, is to keep losing body fat all over. If you want to learn more about how to start fasting safely and effectively for weight loss, make sure you head to the link in my bio and download my free fasting guide. Happy fasting!